Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to our Japanese playthrough with me, your host, Lucky Marine. The game might look a little bit different to how the last episode did. And that is because last night I watched every fifth video to gauge how far I'd come from the very first video I'd ever put on YouTube to now. And I think that I'm getting better at getting across what I mean and filling the blank gaps with words, even if they mean anything or not. At least you've got something to listen to. There's no more, well, there's less dead space. But also, because Paradox in their infinite wisdom don't allow scaling of UI, I've got a 4K screen, and if I was to play this game in 4K resolution, all of these windows would be absolutely tiny. It'd be like up here somewhere, and this up in the top corner extends up to about here. It's unplayable and it is certainly unwatchable. So we're sort of in the middle at the moment at 1440p, because I looked at the 1080p that I've been pumping out, and even though the UI is big enough to follow, and I want you to be able to follow what I'm doing, one of my pet hates is keyboard shortcuts. Wow, do I hate keyboard shortcuts, and they are so user unfriendly for anybody who is watching a playthrough. If I was a new player and watched somebody just playing a game purely through keyboard shortcuts, I wouldn't understand what they were doing. I wouldn't be able to follow what it was they were clicking on, especially on something so complex and intricate as EU4. I want to be able to pause the video, say, okay, yeah, they've clicked on this button up here, okay, advance the video a little bit, yeah, they've clicked on this button here, okay, carry on, they've clicked on this button, and be able to actually follow them. So yeah, don't like keyboard shortcuts. And I think also 1080p is coming to, I don't know, it's like 720p was a few years ago. It's like looking at something that's been recorded on a potato, or 420 earlier than that. It's just, high resolution is the future. And I don't know why Paradox hasn't jumped on that ship. I don't know why they haven't allowed scaling. So I've gone and grabbed some mods. I thought I'd grab some mods that had increased the size of the UI. They haven't, but they have altered the font. I think it's the Stellaris font, and it sort of has a, it does look easier to follow. It does look easier. It does pop a little bit. Yeah, it seems to have like, it's got a black border to it, and the font's, it's nicer on the eyes, I suppose. So if I can't increase the size of the windows, I at least want people to know what they're looking at. I want them to be able to read what they're saying. So there's that. And so we're recording at 1440p, and we'll see how we get on with this. If it's too small, if the UI is too small for you to follow, by all means let me know, and we'll drop down to 1080p. If you're new to the game, I want you to be able to follow what I'm doing. If you're not new to the game, then you're gonna know where I'm clicking anyway. It's just going to be a difference between quality of 1440 and 1080. I mean, I wish I could push it all the way up to 4K. Like, my computer is more than capable of running this game all the way to the end date with no chugging on 4K, but I can't scale the UI to be big enough to be watchable. Okay, with all of that out of the way, let's get back to where we were now. What were we doing? What had we been doing? It's been a few days since I last played with Japan. We have been I've started a new playlist with another country, with a republic over here. Oh my word, they're still alive. Really? Really? The mighty Dithmartian are still alive. That makes me insanely happy. They were a republic. Oh, I must have flipped to a monarchy. They are the only, they start the game as the only peasant republic in the game. And we're doing good things. We're doing really good things with Dithmartian at the moment. Check out the other playlist if you can. If you want to. It's exciting times over here. But we have the rest of this Japanese playthrough to go. At least another 140 years, at least. And I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'm also confused at the same time because I can't. I should have gone and watched the last video. Okay, we've got those. I remember, yep, we were making these calls down here. But we've got to wait for these to come in. We're slightly low on admin points. We can make you a state, but we don't want to because you're out of the Malaccan trade node, I believe. Yep. Who else can we make? Nope. Is this in the Hanzu node? It's not. It's just in the Beijing. So we'll leave that to its own devices. How about you? Again, I believe in the Beijing. Nope. In the Ziyang. Again, because you don't feed into anything that we need. Because out of Beijing, it just all gets pushed off to the west. So again, whereabouts? Let's not make you a state. We were going to go fight with the Portuguese, weren't we? We'll check that out in a second. Nope. Falklands. Love to make you a state, but it'd be impractical. As a Marine, I'd love to make them a state for obvious reasons, but it's impractical in the sense of gameplay. Nope. Nope. Yes. Yes, you are in the Malaccan trade node. Therefore, if we make you a state, we're going to get the squeeze the most goodness out of you. And what have you got? Shipyard. Superb. Yeah, it's gonna... Can I not move this? Oh, I can't move the windows around in this mod. This might be the death of the mod then. Anyway, it's going to cost us more than it takes to... Yeah. Oh, we'll do it. We'll do it. Any more? For any more? Nope. Nope. And we're cycling through all that stuff again. Sorry if it was made you dizzy. Okay, can we... We'll make you... Yeah, straight away. Culture Malayan. What is our culture like? Can we accept Malayan as a country? As a culture? I'd have thought they'd have had quite a lot of development. Have we already got Malayan? We haven't. We've got Manchu. Not Manchu. Sumatran. Because we made sure that we got Sumatran into... Yeah, so we could get the most out of that. Out of this island that's in our end node. Well, our end node. Malayan. Would it be worth it? I think it will be worth it. We can promote 6 cultures. We've only promoted 3. I think we promote Malayan for 100 Diplo, which then allows us, if you look in these provinces now, full Shinto, and we're not getting any penalties for the culture not being accepted. Fair enough, the autonomy is still quite high, but we should have compared the trade power before and after. That's my bad. Sorry about that. If you want to go back in the video and have a look, by all means do so. And I think, what are our claims? Do we have any more claims down here? I know we were going for Brunei. So we've got at least a claim on Brunei, who has done a cracking job of colonizing the whole of this island now. So that means we can swoop straight in and just take it off him. Yeah, the culture's going to be theirs, but if we get enough of this, then we'll just accept the Bornean culture as well. Yeah, look at that. Effects if we controlled it. Local unrest +2, local tax modifier of -33. Missionary strength, yep. Manpower, yep. Local sailors, I don't care about sailors. I really don't care about sailors. Okay, so what's our aggressive expansion? Because we were recently, I said recently, we're recently in a war over here with Yan, because they got really pissy with us with our aggressive expansion. Looks like Liang is still quite high. Malacca really doesn't like the fact, although Ayutthaya isn't too bothered about it. Brunei doesn't like it. And Brunei, as one of the bigger countries in that group, we might declare on Brunei next. Now, where are our people? Where my people be at? Where my people be at? Okay, yep. We brought them all the way down to the southern tip of Korea in preparation. In preparation for shipping them somewhere else for a war. Okay, alright, yep. Where's my transports? I think my transports are at Fernando Po. Coming back from Fernando Po. Yeah, because we had to sit this 14 stack on Fernando Po because at the time the autonomy was too high to bring down. Assign province to your trading company. Can we make trading companies? Can we make trading companies? Why would we need a trading company here? I don't know. Rivals. I think the only rivals that we can take. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'm getting up to speed here. We have loans. Yeah, we were. Yeah, of course we were paying back the loans as well, weren't we? We were trying to be as frugal as we could. That's why we're not at war at the moment. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Is there any reason to not take this military tech? There is, because it will push us even further beyond and we'd incur more corruption. So what we're going to do with those points, because I'm thinking, alright, we've got another 200 points worth to accumulate, plus the institution penalty. Okay, let's have a look at the institution. It would take us 2,700 to embrace it. 2,700. What's the embracement like at the moment, and what are the modifiers? Why is it? Okay, alright. So we pay off loans, we buy some more manufactories, and what's for the next one? I think it's universities for the next one. So we pay off our loans, we declare war on Brunei for even more control of our end trade node, taking hopefully this. 42, it's not good, but at least more is bouncing out of Hanzhou than was previously. Good, good. So it's all getting funneled down to Malacca. 35 ducats getting chucked into Malacca. That's not too shabby at all. All our merchants are working for us. We've got claims being made on both Malacca and Brunei currently. We've already got a claim on Brunei. I think second claim comes in, we go for it. Let's get our boats coming back, pick up the guys from South Korea, get them here. Is this... It's Sulu. Really? Okay. Okay. To me, Sulu is like African. It's like in here somewhere. But obviously, they've decided, well, let's put them on an island over here. That's not Zulu, is it? It's Zulu. Alright. Cultural insensitivity strikes again. Well done. Let's... Anything else? Anything else? I've gone from a tiny, tiny little, very micromanaged country in this Martian playthrough to this sprawling imperial empire. And it's quite intimidating, actually. Yep, already talked through the course, already got claims. Let's have a look at all our claims. Let's have a quick recap. So we've got claims on Liang, and Yan, and Yu, and Shun. Brunei, soon to have on Malacca as well. If I declare war on Brunei, are they going to bring in anyone of note? Let's have a quick look. Offer a lot. They'll take an alliance. They will take an alliance, but would they take a vassalization? They would not, because they've got over 100 development. Okay. They bring in Sulu. Of all the people, they bring in Sulu. Well, I doubt Sulu has provinces in the Malaccan node. They don't. Theirs in the Philippines. And the Philippines feeds into the Come on, let's have a look. The Molucca. The Moluccas. The Moluccas? The Moluccas into Malacca. Alright, that sounds like some sort of... Someone's having a laugh there. Feeds into the Moluccas, which then feeds into Malacca. Do we want to get established up here? I did note that Malacca has sent colonists up here, but so has Brunei. So has Brunei. When we peace out with Brunei, we'll leave them this. Hopefully they'll take these two provinces as well. Malacca will continue to colonize over here, and once all of this is taken by one or the other, we'll take them out. We'll go to war. If we do go to war with Malacca, we'll concentrate on taking these provinces off him, and we'll leave him with his Philippine provinces, and we'll allow both Brunei and Malacca to live over there, colonize over there, and we'll just take the resulting colonies off them, whilst our own colonists are over in the New World doing interesting and exciting things, like making Alaska into, I think, are they already? Yep, Alaska is already a colonial nation, but we need to get them another couple of cities for them to give us the merchant that we need to push things around more effectively, push trade around more effectively. So we wanted to look at Portugal, didn't we? So let's go and have a look at why I think Great Britain will protect them. They'd have an alliance as well, and they don't only have an alliance because they're not actually in Portugal anymore. France and Morocco between them have, this is I alluded to this in the Dismartian playthrough that I'm doing, because Spain has, the Burgundian inheritance has fired and Spain has got it somehow. It's like a 1 in 10 chance, but Spain has got it. But they're also allied with France. And they've got Aragon and Naples under them. It's scary times for me, and Castile is getting very big. Whereas the opposite has happened here. I think at some point Castile has ended up in a personal union under France, and France has just taken them out. I think. And maybe the Iberian wedding hasn't fired. I don't know. But yeah, why did I just close that page? I was meant to have a look. Right, if we were to declare war, Britain would come in. But Britain would come in because Britain is a defender of the Catholic faith. That's weird. Britain usually goes Protestant, but they haven't in this game. A lot of things haven't happened in this game. Okay. Like colonialism firing in England, and us not being able to get past that wall of brown, wall of fog. So that's my lot. And so if Great Britain ever stops being the defender of the Catholic faith, we will probably keep an eye on that. And we'll take out Portugal as quickly as we can, because we border them down in the Cape. We can take these provinces off them. We border them here. We can take these provinces off them and hopefully go on to make colonial Louisiana with other bits and pieces added. But they have a colonial nation of their own. Have they fully broken away? They have. So they have no ties to Portugal at all. So the Antilles, yeah. Yeah, they're a law unto themselves. So we would only need to take you for our colonial nation to allow us to take land from the Antilles. Interesting. A former Caribbean colonial nation of our own. What about Holland? Have you broken away from your overlord? You haven't. You haven't. But it's not as if you're big. Who are your friends? Oh, Russia. Oh, okay. Yeah, and we touched tips with Russia. Yeah, we would touch tips with Russia. But would it extend that far if we were to declare? It would. It'd call in Holland, and then Holland would call in all of his allies. And Ternate doesn't want to get involved in that. Bless him. Ternate is almost our little pet. I love to see him doing well. Yeah, all this bright green is Ternate, and he can colonize all he wants down here. It's beautiful stuff. I love it. I love what he's doing with the place. Anyway, that has been my alarm. I apologise for this being a bit disjointed, especially when considering you've just clicked from the last episode and I'm not quite on the ball. I should have looked at the last episode, watched the last episode, and then come straight in here with an idea of what to do. That's on me. Next episode, we will be shipping people down to Brunei, and we will declare the war. Are our cause? Yeah, our cause is about to come in. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We will declare this war and pay off loans whilst we're doing it, hopefully. I can't imagine Brunei being an expensive conflict. And then with the extra land, it'll add to our trade power down here, which in turn will bring in even more money. Not make it 23%. I expected that to be a little bit more, especially at a mercantilism of 25%. Oh well. Anyway, I've been Lucky Marine. You, as always, have been amazingly patient and amazing with me. Come back in the next episode where we'll press on and we'll get stuff done instead of fanning around the map. Okay. Take care.